hot mics? How much of this Red Bull can I get inside me before we start? That's the real question. Get a mic check on you, Ray? I don't even think we checked.
Yeah, you check me.
Oh, I did. You're right. What's up, my man?
What's up?
Dude, thank you for coming.
I'm good, man.
I'm glad you're here. You gotta talk right into the mic for me. That way,
right there.
yeah. That way, for the people who only listen, they know that you're good.
Mm.
But yeah, man, thank you for coming. For people who don't know, you would like to introduce yourself, sir?
What's up? I'm Raymond Jackson, comedian. Working on my own podcast. And I got a lot of other things that I do too, man. So we'll just get a little bit more personal with me today.
Yeah, you're also a friend of mine. I've known you and been, I looked up to you obviously since I started comedy about 4 or 5 years ago, and you were one of the guys on the scene who was already working and who would have, been established, and you've worked with a lot of bigger acts who's come through Dayton over the years too. I know that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this just makes sense. And you've been on the show before, obviously, but just for people who don't know, but. Yeah, man, just opening up. I know off camera we were talking about a few different things, but first of all, dude, that shooting that just took place in New York, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
fucked up.
Very, very tragic, man.
It's not only tragic. This is the thing. I made the comment. I was like, that's terrible for race relations. I mean, like that guy does not represent white people as a whole whatsoever, no matter how much he wants to.
Well, I think it, and it's like we've when I look at it from a political standpoint, everybody is just saying anything to get to a certain point or to get a vote.
Like you're saying to make a wave in media.
Yeah, well,
like
people would say just to get a rise. I mean, I think this world has always been like this, but it seems to be more accepting to be like this.
Yeah.
As with people that are so-called our politicians or civil servants, they say certain things and to just kind of get a rise. And
like
now,
clickbaity shit. Is that what you mean? Yeah,
well, something like that. But how when Trump was trying to get elected, just to I'm doing this, and I'm not saying it was direct racism, but it had racism undertones to it, like Charlottesville, and he was like, there's good people on both sides, so it may make somebody feel like, yeah, I can feel like this, and it's cool to feel like that.
Yes.
And you get people like what we just seen that just go off the meter.
Yeah.
And it makes it very difficult. I mean, and this isn't the first one. You remember we had El Paso and in Pittsburgh with the Jewish synagogue. So it's a lot of things that go on. And I always tell people, words are very powerful.
Yes, they are.
I always say words can start wars and they can end wars.
I like to believe that everything that goes on internally and all the thoughts and the words that we think of, and then when we verbalize it, I think that that's how the reality around us is created. And that could be a bad or a good thing depending on how you use it.
Because then everything it gets kind of stereotyped. I think we focus more on like political wise, we get more focused on the extreme right and the extreme left. And what the truth is really in the center.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think we all want to have, majority of us all want safety and good schooling and, just
we want acceptance from our peers and our neighbors and love and acceptance. Yeah.
But, and
food and shelter.
Yeah. But we always come across just that the extremist.
Yeah.
And I say that on both sides. I say it on
Isn't
both
it crazy
sides.
that that's what we project out there, even though 99% of the time, or most of the time, like people are somewhere in the middle, right? That's where we all live. It's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I don't know. I think it's because maybe just it's a spectacle. It's almost like a car crash, right? It's like people can't help but to break their neck and look at that. And people in media and people who have been, running the world for a long time, be it organized or not, who cares? But they have been. Those people know what to do to show people to not only get things like started up between different cultures of people, but just to scare people in other ways into buying things and into. I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but fuck, we could see it going on. Like it's just happening in front of us. These are facts at this point. Like they use our information against us, and
like we gotta, how they say, we need to get gun control, but people keep buying guns. But
there's more guns than people in this country.
Yeah, they sell it's like the Second Amendment and other people is like we got to stop guns, and they keep buying guns, and then they be like we got to do something with all this violence. And
do you think if everybody was armed that it would be a safer place?
What does it look like now?
Not everybody's armed though, because you're walking into these guys. There's too many places where you can't have guns, and those are the only spots that people get killed.
New York actually has the toughest gun laws in America.
Yeah,
people still get shot there,
and people are still getting. It does. I'm like, laws and criminals don't. I mean, criminals don't care about laws.
Yeah.
So when you make a law, I mean, yeah, for people that's law abiding, but the people that are doing this stuff, they're not abiding the law anyway. So what does it matter? I mean, we got to have laws, but the people that are doing it, they don't care.
No, these are vigilantes, rebels. These are people who don't. Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah. And I mean, the guns are everywhere.
The
guns are from the suburbs to quote unquote the hood.
Almost everybody that I know owns a gun.
Yeah, everybody.
Right?
Yeah,
everybody.
I got a gun.
I got a gun.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't walk around with it all the time.
Right. But it's there if you need it.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's the power of it. And it's almost like I don't know. For me, I guess I've never really stood on one side or the other of gun rights.
Right.
I'm not sure where I stand because I want to be able to protect myself, and I know there's guys with bigger fucking guns than me. And it's like, that's a reality. So it's like, I have to keep that in my head. It's like almost the Wild West. If I don't have a revolver or at least something big enough to stop you, I might get in trouble.
But you didn't think you would need a gun going shopping at the mall.
Never. Or Walmart.
Or going to
the guy who got killed in Walmart. What was his name? It's not coming to me.
Just doing normal stuff. Now,
yeah,
you have to be worried about it. Like I got to do a show tonight, and the stuff is on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've watched Chappelle get basically assaulted on stage.
Yeah,
and I mean he's a famous guy and things, but where does it end? Or does it even end? Or is this the beginning? Or is this the new normal of, if I disagree with you, I can do whatever I want to do. Or if I want to, quote unquote, get attention, this is how I get attention now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's always been going on. There's just more people than ever. So you're seeing more crazy people. I think that's a part of it. It's just like the more people there is on the planet, the closer we get to each other, the more we live amongst each other, the looser you get, like just doing something.
But that's always been, but who's condoning it for real?
I don't think anybody.
The government, nobody. The government, the politician, nobody's really coming out and they don't condone it because they've used this same type of verbiage to get where they are.
Yeah.
And it's different, man. It's a different time that we're living in.
Do you think that you're saying that you feel like that this is an orchestrated thing, like the thing with the Will Smith and the thing with Chappelle?
Well, I don't know if anything's orchestrated. I'm not that high up to know.
I was saying, then what kind of message do you think this is leaving behind for guys like us who still have to go up on stage every night?
Well, for the Will Smith thing, they kind of some people celebrated that.
It was very weird.
And I'm like, what? You can't just be doing that.
Yeah.
You just can't. Because that could have went a whole different direction.
Sure.
And could have really been bad for everybody.
Isn't that how Tupac died?
Somewhat.
At an award show, there was an argument or something along those lines?
Not at an award show, but there was something going on. At the way Tupac, the whole thing started was kind of over a chain. And the guy took a chain, and they found out about it. And Tupac kind of led the charge and got the chain back.
I got you. So it started
at the casino, and then things went. But it was a reaction. It was a consequence to that reaction.
Yeah, that like public event. That's the thing. Like when you're humiliated publicly, it's different. But Chris Rock is a fucking great comedian and a great guy, and I think he's handling it better than anybody else on the planet could have. but it was still a fucking crazy thing to go through, right?
Yeah.
It must have been.
You
Must have been
can't-
for a second. He had to really be
like,
emotional.
man, you got up there and you just smacked dude because of a joke that was just wasn't even a killer joke. Like, it was just
Sure, it was really playful,
lighthearted.
lighthearted.
You look like G.I. Jane. Yeah, it did. I mean, it made sense. And
It would be cool if she was in G.I. Jane.
and it spoke more of, I think, what Will Smith has been dealing with
Sure.
than what the joke. I'm like, we want to get really to the root of the problem. I'm like, well, you look at Will and Jada, and y'all put all y'all laundry and on social media, and you give people an opportunity to judge you however they want to judge you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just snap on other people when they say something about it.
Yeah, it's like, what do you think's gonna happen internally? No matter how, like, this is the thing. Will could be like a confident guy. He could be well endowed. They're probably both swingers, and he's a multi-millionaire. He's very successful, and he came from the hood in Philly. So in his head, he's probably like, I can do whatever I want, and I'm so powerful. I'll let my wife sleep with other people, and I'll be fine. It's like, I think it's a power trip in a weird way. That's like that. Does that make sense? It's almost like he's like, I got so much money and power. I can do. I'm different. I can handle it.
He
couldn't.
I kind of think the opposite though.
You think that he's cucking, like he's being a pussy about it?
I think for all the money, prestige, influence, power, I still can't get this woman to respect me and love me for me.
I got you. So that's what's fucking him up.
Yeah, I can't. You're married and everything, but she don't like me for me.
I never even thought about that.
So money's not everything.
As a man, we build ourselves up by our accolades and our achievements, though. And it's hard not to validate yourself in that way. But she's probably the only person not validating him, and she's been with him for so long. She knows how to push his buttons.
Yeah,
some women are just toxic, dude.
I saw a story where she told him he makes love like a woman.
Yeah, she has her own podcast where she publicly talked about it.
So. I don't know, but the Chappelle.
It's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
come on.
But the Chappelle thing was just like
they're getting a divorce. You know that?
Yeah, I heard something about it.
I
haven't dug into it. I haven't had time to even.
I think that was the last big straw for them, and it was what it was.
In order to have any piece of a career, that would have to happen.
You want to know what I really think? And ladies, don't get mad at me here, or anyone for that matter, but. I think she was gonna leave him for a while, and she just wanted to wait till the checks for Richard came back, for King Richard, and wait to see if he got the Oscar. And because you don't start fucking other people like openly and start disrespecting your spouse unless you're kind of on your way out the door. Does that make sense? Like she wasn't trying to leave no clothes there type shit. Metaphorically.
When you get with somebody like that, I don't know if there was a prenup or anything, but she's
gonna be rich.
There's a lot of other things.
She's already very successful.
Yeah, that's tied up into that.
Yeah.
So, and they've got the finances where they could stay together and not be together.
Sure.
Like,
there's a lot of couples like that.
Yeah, we can live in the same house and I got to see her.
They do that for years.
Yeah. So who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows how they get out? But hope everything works out for him. Honestly, I hope it works out. And
yeah, it's crazy being that famous to where like your stuff is ragged out everywhere when you know what I'm saying. But it is what it is. I guess everybody finds out eventually, and then that's just part of life.
Yeah.
Divorce is part of life, dude. They say 50% of them end in 50% of marriages end in divorce.
Yeah, I talked to. I'm basically single now, and some of the ladies that I have a conversation with a lot of ladies, and it kind of, I don't know if I call it turns them off, but I'm not at the age that I am and everything, I'm not a big proponent of marriage.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and I've never really been, I don't think marriage equals love all the time.
It doesn't, but it's good for taxes.
Yeah, but.
It's great for the woman.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, man.
If you're the breadwinner and then you marry someone who doesn't make as much as you, it's really good for the person who doesn't make as much as you. That's just the way the system is set up.
Right. It's a system.
It's a system.
It's a system of economics.
I've been with my girlfriend for almost 13 years, and we're not married yet. And I like the idea of it, and I think she really wants it, And I'm just on the fence. It's like I love you, and I profess my love. I don't want anybody else, but like. it's hard to be like, why now? And why it doesn't, it only makes sense for one person, the woman.
Well, I mean,
Like,
it all depends on. I mean, if both people believe in matrimony and it's a symbol of our love and
Sure.
it defines what we. So hey, by
or is
all
it a
means,
piece
go
of,
for
or
it.
is it a piece of metal, and is it a document that
mean,
you have to have other people in the room to sign?
I-
That seems sketchy. If I was like, hey, I love you, but you guys come in here so he could say he loves me, I have to write it down, and he's going to write it down too, and he's going to say he loves me, and then you guys come in, will you watch us? Will you sign that you watched us? It's weird, right?
Yeah,
if you look
because-
at it like that, dude.
Because marriage, if you look at the institution of marriage from the beginnings, it wasn't created for that. Marriage was created out of the kings and the queens of other castles,
So
for
that their daughters were
bloodlines.
guaranteed to have
Yeah, well, they married other kings and queens
Sure.
to keep bloodlines, and they also married out of economics to have two people. So sometimes it really wasn't love. So because the king or the queen couldn't marry common people, they had to continue to keep that bloodline going. So my prince will marry your princess.
Dude, how many dudes with like big dicks who've just been shoveling shit for 100 years have been fucking princesses behind the fucking closed door?
Hey man, I don't know, man. I mean,
I was probably a stable boy. He was banging some princesses a few lifetimes ago.
then
Not
when
gonna lie.
but then when the marriage goes bad, I mean, like you said, taxes. Well, it goes the other way now too.
Gets real fucking screwy
Yeah,
when you
it
start
could
breaking
go-
when you break it up.
Yeah, and then the breadwinner, and you know how much, and
Yeah.
it could, the lawyer gets involved in everything, and
Well, I heard this story where there was this dude who married a woman and they never had kids, and this was like over 20 years ago, and he's still paying for her multi-million-dollar mansion that she lives in, and they haven't been dating or married in over 20 years. And it's like, just because you used to fuck somebody a long
Well-
time ago, now you get to live in his $1 million mansion
and that's how
forever?
I don't know if it's forever.
No,
but
it's forever until she remarries, apparently, but she won't.
yeah. There you go. That's the system.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you agreed to.
You don't have to pay
When
alimony anymore if you remarry.
If you didn't have things already stated in that prenup, and you just did it off of a hope and a whim, that's what it was.
Man, women can be tricky when it comes to some good pussy, dude.
Man.
When you got a girl that's real pretty with some real good pussy, you might just sign everything over. I mean, you
Yeah.
do, half of it. Sometimes you're like, here, you want a little more?
That's the majority, but I mean, some men get caught up too. We call them sucker attacks. You know?
Sure, that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I mean. Like guys who are successful, they get caught up with these fucking hot women with some great pussy, and they're like, you know what? I'll give you anything that you want.
Or yeah,
We do. As guys, we're like, you know what? Go ahead. This is yours too.
I think every guy has had a sucker attack that wants to be in love.
Is that what you call it? A sucker attack?
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
that mean?
I mean, when you just do
gold digger.
you just do some shit out of your character, out of the love, or you trying to.
Like you're
keep that
vulnerable for that
woman or-
person, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a sucker attack. It was 30 years ago, but yeah, I did dumb shit.
I've done
you know?
it too, dude. I've
Yeah,
done it a
yeah,
bunch.
some
You
of
fuck
y'all-
your money up like that too, though.
It ain't even gotta be money, man.
Or your
I done,
time or your energy.
I done drove past houses and shit. Like, who's over there? Yeah, some old stalk,
been there.
some old damn near, you be checking yourself like, damn, am I stalking this bitch, man? I
Yeah.
love this bitch. Dog.
Yeah.
It's 2 a.m. and shit. I'm leaving the club acting like I'm having a good time. You alone. You
Pussy's
like,
too good.
let me
dude.
go past the crib. We ain't even together no more. Let me ride past here and shit. Damn, whose Honda Civic is that? Damn, is somebody
You know
else
whose
fucking my
Honda
girl?
it is.
Man, you got to tell, then you got to get your boy to be like, man, y'all ain't been together in 6 months, man. Let it go, Ray. Let it go. You just got to get through that. But some people just can't let it go.
That's true, dude. Yeah.
You've seen the shit. You've seen Dateline.
Well,
shit.
because there's not that many good pussies. Like there's quite a few, but like, as you're growing up, you realize as you start to meet new partners and date around before you find someone you can settle down with, you're like, these ain't all good. This isn't all fun. This isn't all compatible. Not everybody's compatible in that way. So
Hey,
it's
man.
like once you find a couple, you're like, damn, I don't want to let that go.
Yeah. See, I messed up because I'll be like, man, she talked too much.
She,
And the next day I'd be like, she don't say shit, So I'll be, sometimes I've messed up more relationships
Self-sabotage. You start seeing you guys getting close, and you're like,
Well, I wouldn't even call it. I'm just a finicky. When you know what you want, you know what you want, and you know what you like. And yeah, it's been some time. I don't even call it sabotage because I just at this age, I'm just gonna tell you like shit ain't working.
do you think that like sometimes when I'm guilty of this as a man, just being lonely and doing like going outside of your
I don't really get lonely at this age. I've
not now, but I'm saying like when you're younger for sure.
not even then. Not even then. I mean,
What I'm trying to ask though is if you've ever like hit something that's below your standards. You know, when you've
we've all done that.
We've all done that.
You judge your girls by the AM number, like
what
shit,
time you call.
This some 3 AM pussy right here.
Some 3
Shit.
a.m. pussy.
You
She's the
know.
last one on the call
This
log.
is the last. You know,
You got to get out before the sun comes up.
8 p.m. is like shit. This your woman. You taking her out, going to the movies. Y'all out together.
You're gonna meet moms and all that. Yeah.
Midnight shit. Ain't no or 1:30 shit. Bitch, come on. The door's unlocked.
Yes.
You know, shit. You just get in. You know what it is. You know what it is. And shit. There's females that's like that. Shit. I might be the last one on. You've been driving home like, God damn, I got the call.
Yeah, dude.
Not knowing she done made 6 other calls before you, but shit.
That's true. But chicks are different nowadays, bro. They're like a little more, how do you say, like aggressive, you know? Like, because they grew up, they got like porn now, and they got women have a lot more power. And I think that's cool, like, or whatever. It's just different. It's like getting used to the women kind of being the sexual aggressors these days. And they really are, though.
You just got to find women that are understanding to what you want and they're understanding how you are. But sometimes the shit goes awry because it starts off like that and then somebody wants more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when all the shit like, damn, we didn't even agree to this. And ladies, let me tell you right now, if you want a guy, make him be your guy before you fuck that guy.
Yeah.
You know, don't try to turn a fuck into a relationship.
That's powerful, dude.
You know,
that's great advice for anybody at all. Like, you guys should already have a pretty solid foundation before if you want them, right?
Yeah.
Don't sleep with them and be like, this is
what we doing. And
you're right.
And don't be trying to like have a baby, keep a nigga.
If you open up a door, if you open the door,
nigga on here.
No, that's okay. I think we should still.
That's
be
anybody though. That's anybody. Because some women be having kids and trying to keep. You ain't gonna keep them like that. You ain't. I'm sorry. And he'll be good to the kid, and then you be mad and all that, and putting all types of shit on Twitter and Snapchat and TikTok. And
that's the best though, dude. When you see like single dads that are like balling on their baby mom, and they're like bringing them big gifts for Christmas and taking them places, and it's like, you could have had this too, honey. You could have had this too, girl, but you don't.
Yeah.
You know, you fucked up.
Yeah, I'm not saying it like I hate women, but I'm just saying you just gotta
women. There's 3 of them in my house right now.
Yeah, I'm just enough to know if you know what you like, don't be trying to hide it. If tell the guy or guy tell the girl that's what I like. Because some of my best relationships started off, and we got it in immediately.
Yeah,
and we were cool. And there was some we waited, and I had to go through all that bullshit and dinner and and finally we jumped off and.
I think you're right because
it didn't even work out.
Yeah, I think you're right because to be honest, my lady and I, we've had some separations over like the 13 years, but we've stayed together for a long time. But like when we first met, we were young, so we like courted for a while and got to know each other and became friends, and then dated, and then it took a couple of months before I actually ever got there with her. So because also just lack of experience, just being a younger man, but. Yeah. So, like, I feel like that waiting period, though, and getting to know the person, it really lets you know whether or not you're going to be with them. Because those first couple months are crucial, dude.
Yeah, because imagine if it all work out and motherfuckers.
Yeah, they're like, this person's crazy, right? The way they eat this cereal or what?
They ain't got to be crazy.
Whatever.
I don't like motherfuckers that snore.
Yeah.
That, like, wake me up.
That's a medical issue, right?
I just be sitting. I don't give a fuck. Shit, get some insurance.
Fucking
shit.
medical.
Shit.
He said, I don't give a fuck.
Shit. Well, just snore. Now it's 2 in the morning, and I'm just sitting here looking at your ass and shit.
You're
like,
saying it could be like Kim Kardashian, but it would just completely turn you off if she's like a loud
you'd
snorer.
be fine as hell. I'm
That's
like,
so funny.
shit, if we get married, we gotta have 2 bedrooms. Shit, I
Whatever.
need sleep tonight.
Dude, that's gangster as fuck.
But I'm sure women are like that too. Like shit, I don't want to be with this motherfucker every night. I want to sleep by myself tonight.
Did you know that Patrice O'Neal actually had a separate apartment for his girlfriend when she would be on her period?
That's beautiful.
Not
Go
kidding.
over
That's
there.
That's a fact. Literally, he said that for 1 week he would make her go stay over there. 'Cause
Yeah, for
she would be
what?
such an asshole to him that he literally paid like 10 G's a month for a New York City apartment separate.
Yeah, but why even
her.
hold back on that? And you trying to be all nice and lovey-dovey, and then the shit get real. You like, you know what? I never did like you snore. Motherfucker, you been with her for 2 years. Why didn't you tell her after this first time?
Yeah.
Like, we got to do something about this shit. You
People
know,
are so passive aggressive though.
Yeah, I'm just
Right?
saying.
Is it more common nowadays for people to be passive about shit?
Just be honest. Sometimes we be thinking the same thing after sex. Sometimes you be thinking to yourself, damn, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And then you be amazed because the woman be thinking, damn, I wish this motherfucker would leave.
Yeah, hurry up and get an Uber.
Get the fuck home.
Hey, I've had to call someone else an Uber before, though. I've had to be like, yo, I'm going to get you an Uber. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
if we all both would have conversated, shit, you would have been like, I got to go. And she'd have been like, shit, let me get the door for you.
Yes.
Boom, you out and you can go on about your business.
Yeah.
That's why I like older women. That's because they say what the hell they going to say. Boom, get it in, be gone.
Yeah.
Or you could lay up. It all depends.
Having life experience helps you with everything, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Just like the older you get, the better you get internally, and like your wisdom goes up, and like it sucks though because we start falling apart. It's like a fucking conundrum. It's like a reverse Uno card.
Well,
The better we get at life, the harder it is to get around.
Sometimes that's why young girls gravitate to older guys that like really got their shit together.
They got life experience already.
Yeah, they got experience. They can give you advice.
Mm-hmm.
They can help guide you through.
Yeah, because a young girl still needs you to like help steer her. Some girls don't have their future mapped out for them.
Yeah.
You gotta be like, look, girl, you can go to college, you can get your thing, you can do this. They need someone to kind of build them up. And a lot of people are like that.
Yeah, like I'm a secure guy. Like shit, I don't need you up under me out here. Shit,
Yeah.
here's some money. Go to Vegas with the girls.
Right.
Shit, I don't know. Where's she at? I don't know. She might be fucking somebody else. I don't know.
A lot of those relationships
I'm not seeing
last.
it, so I'm
That's
not
what
gonna be
saying.
bothered
A lot of
with
those
it.
relationships last too because the guy's happy he has a hot young girl who's doing her thing, and then the girl's happy that she's got daddy to take care of her, and it could be a good relationship. Like, I know a ton of guys who are married or date women younger than them, and they have very attractive females in their life, and then they're very happy. You know,
most guys I've known have a side piece.
a lot of the stuff that men do, dude, is just to have a hot girl to impress women. Like honestly, if we were all, I say this all the time, and I think it's someone's joke. It's like a really old bit, but it's like I say this like outside of, not on stage, but if there was no such thing as women, guys would just live in cardboard boxes under the freeway. We wouldn't give them flying fuck. You know, like a lot of the thing, we dress for success, we work hard, we do things kind of to impress women and to procreate.
Yeah,
Subconsciously, that's like,
well, like I'll tell you, man. I had a friend today. I had called. We talked yesterday. Then I called him last night. He didn't call me back. He didn't text me or anything. I called my friend this morning. I didn't hear from him. You know, I'm thinking something's wrong and shit.
yeah.
So I'm like, just call me, man. You know, and I'm not like tripping, but he calls me back and he was like, oh, man, shit, man, goddamn, you called me at 11 o'clock. I'm like, I always call you at 11 o'clock. He was like, oh, man, the old girl was around, man. You know, I cut my phone off and all. And, you know, I'm like, you know, and to each his own. That's how you and her get down. You know, that's cool. I don't want to have to cut my phone off and shut this side of the world off. But, I mean, just, you know, that's not how I roll. Like, my phone ring, I'm going to pick that motherfucker up.
Yeah.
And if her phone ring, you can pick it up. And if you don't want to pick it up, you ignore it or not. And I'm just like, shit, man, what the fuck?
So you're one of those friends where someone can call you at like 2 a.m, like, Ray, I need your help. Pick me up. I got into a fight. I got kicked out of the bar. And Ray's, you do remind me of one of those types. You do got a big heart. You've always been a real helpful person in terms of like giving younger comics advice and stuff, and kind of like showing us love.
If you call me at 2 a.m, it's the wrong number. I ain't gonna pick that motherfucker up. I'm gonna hit that button. Shit,
it's the wrong number.
Boom. I ain't gonna say wrong number. I'm gonna be like, oh, that bitch crazy.
Right.
Like I had a pass before you.
Right.
So I'm gonna be like, yeah. Sometimes you know I do jokes. I've been all. She ain't seen me. I don't see her. I don't know why she calling me.
Yeah.
Boom. Cut that shit off. And then if it gets to that level, yeah, I cut the motherfucker off like at 2 a.m or something, or I just got like, you know, if you know how to program your phone, you could like not have anybody call you, but have certain people's number that can still reach you.
Yeah, my iPhone does that.
Yeah,
I have like emergency contacts, but you can't call me after 10 either.
Yeah, but certain people, if like, you know, mom, sister, fam, they can still reach you, but like the hoes, no.
What's weird is like I usually set my phone face down at night, like when I get in the house and try to spend a couple hours with the family, like at least. But like I don't get the calls until the next morning because I don't hear the alert. Even though it hits my phone, I really do miss it because I don't actually hear the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it doesn't even show you. Like if I was to pick up my phone and like check email, it wouldn't even show me that the call happened until the morning when it comes out of that sleep mode. So like, it's kind of weird the way you do it. But you should, there's definitely a way to turn your phone on and off.
Like, but for all the women I've been with or whatever, I've never went through their shit.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had.
I'm not that type of guy.
I've never been nosy enough to want to know. Because if you keep looking, you're going to find it anyway.
No matter what, there's shit out there. And the one time that I actually did, it fucked up my relationship for a couple of years.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, man.
What
was
you
like,
looking for? She's still coming home.
And here's the thing. Yeah. At the end of the day, it was all like self-conscious. Like it was shit that I had to deal with. It really wasn't even what was going on in between the lines. I was just trying to reach for shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was what it was. But yeah, it's easy to do that, dude. I think people fuck up relationships like that all the time, bro. Or like everybody's got to have each other's location. There's relationships like that, like where you've burned so many bridges that you constantly got to be open, and that sucks sometimes too.
I had a chick Friday tell me she was coming over. She got into town. We talked. Said I'm on my way. I ain't heard from her since.
Yeah, I'm on my way to what?
I'm on my way over. I ain't heard. It's freaking 2 days later. I still ain't heard from this bitch. I don't care though.
That's hilarious. That's actively going on in your life.
That's right now. Look. Let me get my phone. Shit, I'm not making this shit up,
dude.
Man.
Look, you think it's like a group text, and whoever replies first, she's like, "Bet that's where I'm going."
Nah, I mean, but she's trying to like avoid me, and I'm like, look, you can read it. Look. Damn, you just haven't played me like shit. You just could have said I'm not coming. I'm not gonna make it. You all of a sudden, but like,
dude, I had a fucking.
There's no emotional attachment to that shit. Like, it was a booty call.
Not even just sex, dude. With friends or like, what about like? Sometimes I'll cut people out of my life just because they fucking do shit like that to me. Like, I'm coming and then don't even call you and cancel. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, come on. Like, are we better than that?
But she's in the minority, so it's cool. That's just
she's in the minority.
Yeah, I mean, how many times does that happen though? I think
not that many.
Yeah,
times.
I didn't lose no sleep over it.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
I'm so confident in who I am that I can say that out loud. Like, I still get played. Right. But if I was on HBO and all that shit, the whole thing would change.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, hey, let me call you back, and I'll never call you back.
Yeah.
So I've done that before too, so
it's good to be honest with yourself about who you are too. I think that helps you show up better for other people in life when you really know your position and who you are and what you can offer the world around you.
Yeah, but she just showed her character though. Yes. Like, you can't be trusted, so you never know. You might have a flat tire and you out my way.
It's the same thing as people who like asked you to borrow money and don't pay you back.
I don't give people money.
Do you know what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
But that's like along the same lines, like what she did. It's like the same thing. It's like, dude, I don't need you.
Yeah,
I don't fucking need you, honestly.
And I don't want you ladies to think there's animosity. If I saw her, I would just be like, "Damn, you could have called me back." Yeah. I'm not even mad about it. Like, but I'm like, you don't have to avoid me. Like, you didn't ruin anything. You just shit. I just went to bed.
Well, so tell me this, because you have a little bit of age on me and some wisdom. What changed for you as far as like when social media dating and the apps came along, as far as from back in the day when you would just meet somebody randomly at a place?
I'm gonna tell you,
is it weird for you now, or is it a pretty easy transition?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what changed everything more than social media was the pandemic.
Even the last couple of years, you think?
Well, that's what changed everything. It was like, if you can't go nowhere, how do you meet people?
Yeah.
And so that's when social media became like
the god for the.
I mean, everybody was in the DM at one time here or there, but you would kind of see that person out or something.
You would only talk to people that you knew. Yeah, right. Your friends would only be people that you really knew.
Yeah, but now we not out, and you see people in your social media. Now you like, shit, I'm gonna try to. This is the only way I can connect with them.
Yeah, it's the only way, really.
And I think it's just a progression of technology. on how we communicate. I mean, I've gotten with girls on DMs and shit. It jumped off, and it was cool, and it was some chicks that.
Dude, I book shows through Facebook sometimes.
I guarantee you, the majority of new people meet through some form of social media instead of meeting like at a bar or a club or.
That's literally how I get all the
work.
gigs. All the gigs that I get at all is just my friends in comics and people who work at venues or different things that I met through social media, dude. That's pretty much it. Or being at the venue and you don't know them, but you got them on social, like your friends on social media, and you run into them so much that you become their friend. Nowadays, I'm friends with people on social media before I'm their real friend. Is that weird?
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
But the thing about this technology, it exposes that shit too. Like, motherfuckers out here bullshitting and doing some shit they ain't got no business doing.
There you go.
That shit, cause I
show up and get tagged in something.
I'm not gonna put no names out there, and I know I saw one of our good friends that's in the comedy realm, not a comedian, but there's something going on with her, and there's a gentleman out here that made a pass at one of her kids.
Shit.
Yeah, and she put it out there. Like, she's got like screenshots of this guy. It's supposed to be some prominent guy in the community.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm like, oh, this is going to be in the
shit.
And the shit's got like 900 shares.
Oh, bro, that dude's fucked.
Right. And he's done some dumb shit. Dumb shit. Like I tell people,
you can't be a fucking weird pervert, bro.
Well, you can be weird,
but don't.
But
leave
the kids alone. There's enough weird motherfuckers out here for you to get with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Plenty of weirdos out here.
It's easier now than ever.
Leave the kids alone.
Whatever you like, you could just type it in. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to real life go do it anymore.
If you like a Q-tip in the ass, there's somebody out there to stick it in your ass.
You can Google it right now.
Yeah, Google Q-tip ass sticker.
Exactly.
There'll be
18 and up.
Yeah, you know, shit, there'll be somebody out there.
That shit scares the fuck out of me because I have kids, bro. You know that there was 4 people arrested at Disney earlier this year. They all 4 worked at Disney, and they got charged for child trafficking.
Really?
They caught a bunch of kids in a van that these people had taken from the park, dude, and like neighborhoods and residences around the park. Dude, that's crazy, bro. I'm going to Disney this year. I spent 10 bands.
That's why I teach kids how to cuss.
I'm literally so nervous every day. I think Mickey Mouse is just gonna fuck me in the ass as soon as I show. He's gonna pull me into the woods.
Just teach your kids how to cuss, and just make it get too close, get to the man, get the fuck away from me. Shout that shit out, and everybody will turn around.
What little kid cusses like that? Yeah, you want to see it?
Make the fuck off me, motherfucker. Kids, everybody, what the hell's going on?
You hear that, kid?
You see that running away?
You hear that? Uncle Ray said, if you're getting attacked, you say, "Get the fuck away from me, Mickey Mouse." Donald Duck, back the fuck away.
Yeah, it'd be like, I don't know this motherfucker, and just shit and run.
That shit scares me.
Yeah, but you gotta teach your kids right, man. I be telling kids, like, don't take shit from nobody, and it's crazy out here now, man, because you can't do anything, man. They got fentanyl and all types of shit.
Have you ever heard of the Johnny Ghosh case? Do you know what that is?
Nah.
So I believe it's in Wyoming, or it might be I think it's in Wyoming. So this happened in the late 70s, early 80s, right? And it was this kid. He was like, I think he was 13, and his name was Johnny Gosh, and he had got kidnapped. And I'll have to send you some like media on it, but it's like a long drawn out story of basically this kid was sold into sex slavery, and like the parents, like the local police wasn't doing anything about it. And eventually the mom did like private investigating for years and years, and found out some information on the kid. But the reason the story is important in history and for like children and what we're talking about is the mom actually got legislation passed that you now have to look for a juvenile runaway within 24 hours, where it used to be 3 days. It used to be 72 hours back in the 70s. If your kid ran away, they'd be like, give it a couple of days, they'll show up. But a kid can get really far in a couple of days, buddy. Or if somebody has them in a van, you can get to the other side of the country in 3 days.
You see the ride or die chick. Shit, she broke out a criminal.
Yeah.
And she was, did both of them die, or was it just?
I don't know what happened with that. Will you Google that, Justin?
Well, the corrections officer that helped the guy escape.
That just happened. That just happened.
She killed herself, right?
Pull this story up because I don't know the full story.
Now, did he survive, or did she kill him too?
He's back in jail.
God damn, that's a ride or die.
Are they from here?
Nah, they was from like Alabama or some shit.
South,
Yeah. And
She broke him out and he was in there on murder charges.
yeah, she broke
The
him out.
CEO broke him out. The CEO was a woman,
it was
and
a
she
woman.
broke him out.
See, that's that. See,
She
I
fell
told
in
you
love
that.
with him. He got that criminal dick.
That good dick go both ways,
That's
man. I
right.
told
You were talking
man.
about that earlier. Some
I
good
told
pussy.
you it go
Yeah.
both ways.
Sometimes, dude, you fuck a girl, you make her go
Shit.
crazy over you, bro.
Hell yeah, shit. You fuck a bitch and be like, just sign the paper, bitch. Just
Yeah.
sign it. Shit, you don't need to
She's
read
like,
nothing.
listen, I got a gun. She's like, I'll get you the fuck out. He's like, I got a gun too. Shut the
yeah.
fuck up.
No,
He handcuffs her
I
to the
just-
railing.
I'd be like, hey man, how'd you get that car? Oh, she signed for it.
Yeah.
Shit, she didn't that. Shit,
Yeah.
I done seen guys take them chicks to the cleaners, man, wax that ass off and promise them the world. It's undefeated, man.
Yeah.
It's
A silver tongue.
defeated.
A silver tongue is the devil, for
Hey,
sure.
man. Whatever. Yeah, the devil comes.
That's how people used to sell shit back in the day before like contracts and everything. That's how it started. You just had to say some good shit and they'd be like, yeah, that's good. I'll do that. I'll trade you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man. And she killed herself.
After the fact because she
Yeah.
knew she was caught or what?
Yeah, when the police came.
She was like, fuck, this dick's so good. I'm going to
Yeah,
fucking
this
blow
is-
my brains out.
Yeah,
That dick's so good it made her want to kill herself.
That's
dude.
a true ride or die chick right there. She
That
like,
is
fuck it.
wild, dude.
If I can't be with you, I don't want to be here no more. Fuck
Was
it.
she hot? Can we pull her up, Justin?
She wasn't.
She wasn't hot.
No, she wasn't.
I got you.
You
know
would
what?
have
Never
been. You
mind,
would have
never
known,
mind.
man. You would have known. By
Isn't
now.
that wild? I'm like, I don't even want to see it. If she's not hot, I don't even want to know.
You ain't pulling the hot ones like that. You gotta
Nah.
you know which ones to aim for. You know what I mean?
So he just got with like Mrs. Crazy and went down on her a few
but you
times.
know he
and
had
gave
to-
her some peace.
But you
and she
know
was
he
like,
had to
yeah.
tell somebody in the joint. You know he told somebody like, this is my last day,
Other people knew.
and didn't tell him. No, but he never told them what was about to happen. But
Oh,
he was,
yeah.
Yeah, it was like, shit, we got to mop that floor tomorrow. Nah, y'all got to mop that floor tomorrow.
He's like, I ain't never coming back.
I'll be out of this bitch in a minute. Shit.
Damn, son.
Shit,
that dude's a legend, huh?
Shit.
Did anybody die in the breakout, or was it a clean breakout?
No, they
I
just
need to know
walked- she
more about
walked
this
them out.
story.
You walked them out.
She just walked him straight out, and they were all good.
Man, they was up in,
She
where did
released
they
him.
end up at? In like
He got an early release.
Indiana or some shit. They was there. They got away. Yeah, they was gone, man. They was state lines.
Hey,
man.
that's probably where he was probably like thinking, like, damn, how do I get out of this shit now? Because I ain't trying to kick it with this bitch forever.
Yeah,
This
you see
ain't
what I'm
no
saying?
Bonnie and Clyde.
I done told this bitch I'm gonna marry her and shit. Now how the fuck am I gonna get away with this
He
shit?
probably told her, when the cops come, we're both going to kill ourselves, babe. Because he was like, this is the only way to get rid of her. He was like, babe, we both do it, right? Same time. All right, babe, you go first, babe. Babe.
Shit.
And then he
I'm
puts
going
his
back to
hands up
jail.
and lays down on the ground. He's like,
I'm
fuck.
going back in there.
He's like, fellas, that was a mistake anyway. So thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys showed up and got me out of this.
He got 2 states away. It was like, nigga, shit,
about
I should have
Saved by
just
the
stayed
Bell.
in jail. This bitch is getting on my
Right,
nerves.
that's what I'm saying. He was like, this is
Snoring
way more
in-
than I signed up for.
Bitch is snoring like a motherfucker in the car. I don't want to be with this chick.
He's probably like, I'll start telling him, like, man, she was writing me love letters for months, guys. Like, I promise I had nothing to do with this. She told me she would kill me if I didn't leave the jail.
Nah, I
like,
know that.
you
Gonna
never.
work. His ass ain't
Where
going.
we at? 42. All right. Well, you know what? This has been a fun episode. That was pretty cool to end on, I think. This is a great story. I got to
Yeah.
find out more about this prison break
Find
now.
out about it, man. And that's a great way to end it. Like we just said,
I think so,
man.
too. Yeah. And
Be honest. Be honest with your intentions. I guess we just divulged into some relationship advice today.
we did. We talked about relationships. We opened up with talking about like that shooting that just happened. We talked about
Yeah.
relationships. We ended up talking about some fucked up shit going on at Disney with kids and dude, this was an interesting episode to say the least. I think I really got to know you in this too. Like you're a fun guy to talk to, dude. You got to come back on
Man.
and come do this again.
You know, we're gonna be working on it.
And people
Gonna
can
be
find
working
you
on
at Raymond Jackson on Facebook
Raymond
and Instagram.
Jackson jokes on Instagram and I think it's Ray Jackson jokes. Let me make sure. Let me get my
Ray Jackson jokes, and then also Ray's got his own podcast. He'll be coming out later this year. You guys keep your
Yeah.
eyes out for that. And I definitely want to have you back on, man, because
Oh yeah.
you're an OG. You're about to close out the Wiley show
Ray
tonight,
Jackson.
right?
Ray Jackson jokes on Facebook and Raymond Jackson jokes on Instagram.
You got the TikTok?
I got a TikTok.
There's
I
so
haven't
many.
I haven't had time to even do anything. I've
I
been
know.
so busy with other stuff, and
I know.
I gotta find me like somebody that just does social media real good and just pay them to just.
I'm
do
your
that
guy.
stuff.
I can do that. But this is the thing. I'm already. That's what I was gonna tell
Shit,
you.
you busy? How the hell you gonna do it?
If it's for pay,
There you
I
go
pay,
trying
I'll
to
play
do
for
too
pay.
damn much.
Dude, I wear a lot of hats, and you guys know this. That's why you should subscribe to this YouTube because I hope that we're bringing you value in your life. I hope that this Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to this, Apple, I hope that this has been fun for you. So make sure you subscribe and like it or give it thumbs up, support it. I keep hearing this thing on Instagram. Ray, you probably heard this too, but it's like this quote from this dude, and it's like, why ain't you famous yet? I think it might be George Lopez. He's like, because my friends didn't share my shit. So share my shit.
Share the shit.
Share Ray's shit. You guys make sure you come see Raymond Jackson live. I got some dates coming up too. I don't want to ramble on, but you guys have a good night. We'll see you next time.
We holla.